Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. Can you let me know if I'm audible as well as visible? Okay, so let's begin with the class. Today in the class, I'm going to let you know about the next level of Taylor and fuel. Right? We were talking about fuel's principles in the last class, so I'm continuing with that. Under the principles of management, the next one that comes is equity. Okay, when we define equity, what exactly equity means? There were 14 principles. We were done with a few in the last class, so I'm continuing with the remaining today. When we talk about the term equity, equity is definitely different from that of equality. Equity is where one organization treats people in a fair way. Like if one particular person needs more resources because he takes more time in doing something or he needs that particular thing, then he would get more time. While the other one who do not need that kind of attention will skip that particular scenario. So when we talk about equity, equity is a situation where resources or the timing or you can say the attention would be given towards those areas which are weaker and we'll give more attention to them so that we can lift them up. While the ones who are currently performing well or the organization where the areas are going good, we will just sustain them. We will not try to encourage them or we will not try to discourage them. We'll just sustain them the way they are going, right? So that's equity for us. Equity is basically treating everyone fairly. Then that irrespective of their age, their caste, their creed, anything that we can look forward to. So there's no discrimination over their situations or the resources that are being used for them. That is equity, everyone. Next point is initiative. What do you mean by the term initiative? How do we define the term initiative? See, in every organization, it's very difficult to take an initiative. Why? When we talk about the workloads, every MNC, every bank, every corporate organizations, these organizations have got huge amount of projects going on. So initiative is something which states how many people will come up and say that this is what I will take. I'll take up, or I take the responsibility of doing this particular thing. Now, that is where initiative hits in. So, when people are ready to take new scenarios for them, when they are open up to new learning, that is how they define the term initiative. Initiatives is something which states that in an organization, how many people will come up and take up some uncomfortable topics or something which is unknown to them. They'll take it up and take it as a challenge and will improve further over it, because every single day in an organization you'll find that people are working, and those people who are working, they're already having a good amount of current load, and giving them something new will also add it up, but they are still ready for that. Now initiative is the highest level of motivation through which these people are ready to work in those unknown environments or in the areas where they'll be facing a good amount of discomfort, but they're still open to it, right? Then next is stability of tenure. When we talk about stability of tenure, it's one of the scenarios due to which many organizations had been dying. Okay, let's talk about that. Wipro, heard about that? These organizations, Wipro, Infosys, these organizations have a very high turnover. That is labor turnover. The labor turnover is up to 25% per year. That was, I think, in the mid of this year. I was going through a specific article which stated that Wipro and Infosys have got more than 25% of their people in terms of their turnover, labor turnover. Labor turnover means how many people are leaving your organization every single year. So think about it. If they add 100 people, 25 are leaving them too. Those 25 who are leaving the organization, they are well trained. They are basically well trained people who had been working in this organization, and then after a certain bit of time they are leaving. That means the organization will need freshers now. The problem with this particular scenario is, with due to the labor turnover, the costing increases. Why? Because the cost of training new employees increases, and at the same time, when we have multiple people saying I quit, that also affects the reputation of the organization. So if the reputation is affected, how will these people exactly work? So that's another point. So stability of tenure is about the labor turnover that is happening, the cost of training that we'll incur. So stability of tenure says anybody who's working for the organization, we hope that these people work for the organization for a longer period. So the more they have the dedication towards the organization will also grow, and at the same time they will also grow. That is how the term stability of tenure came in. So that means in every organization, people should work for a longer period of time. In that case, the organization will have trained personnel through which they can get their work done with quality, and that there would be lesser chances of accidents or mistakes, right? And for the person who's working in the organization, because he'll be learning that particular work, so it is easier for him to take up the stairs in terms of the ladder of the promotions that they're looking forward to, because more trained you are, more valuable you'll turn it for the organization, and then you can grow up in terms of the pyramid of that particular management system. Okay. Now, the next point is order. This order is not something, if I am saying that I order you to pay so much amount of money. It's not a kind of instruction that is given. I am giving out of authority. No. Order is something that can be defined as, okay, this is one of the basic things in every household. I think I have heard from my mother a lot. That is, this thing should be kept here only. If you're talking about the laundry bag, it should be here only. Your uniform should be here only. Your school bag should be here only. We start listening to these things in our household from the day we start going to the school. Our shoes should be kept like that. Our things should be kept like that. Why? Because in the morning it becomes easier to take up all those things. Every household you'll find a key stand. What is it? Why do we keep that key stand for us? The key stands are kept with the sole purpose of keeping everything at a proper place, isn't it? So basically, we are keeping those key stands so that we can find our keys in time. In a household, these things are very, very important. So why not the factories? The factories or the manufacturing areas or the MNCs. In every organization, you'll find there's an order of keeping the people. For example, you have a different cubicle, I have a different cubicle. I sit in a different area, you sit in a different area. In the organization, the uniforms are kept in a separate area, the pens are kept in a separate area, and there's a proper canteen in the organization. Then there is a water cooler which is kept at one particular place only. That's order. That means for the sake of efficiency of coordination, all the people and the materials related to specific kind of work should be treated as equally as possible. So order is basically everything at its place and everything having its place, right? So basically, we determine that this thing should be kept here. For example, if the tools stand, there is a specific area, there is the toolkit, right? So toolkits are kept in a specific area only. There's a specific room which they call the tool room, and there you find all the tools. So all the tools should be used and then replaced there only. So anybody who's looking forward towards the tools, they can go to this room and they can collect their tools, and then they're done with it. So that is what we define as order, right? Then after order, the next one is esprit de corps. That is, this particular thing can be simplified by saying it says unity is strength. That means, in terms of all the people who are working in terms of a team, it becomes easier to work and to execute the work. Why? Because see, if you and I are working and both of us are looking forward to our personal things and not towards the entire organization, then how will we take up the maximum utility out of it? In order to get the maximum output, in order to get the best results out of anything, we all need to work together, because those people who are working together, they will automatically give a better result, right? So that's how we can define this entire era. So when we say esprit de corps, this means unity is strength. In an organization, the unity among the people who are working together, the teamwork will lead to a greater efficiency and achieving of the goals of the organization in an efficient and an effective manner, because everybody will put their best foot forward, and together they will get the maximum output of that organization. So that's it for Spirit de Corps. This one's the last one. So, with that, let's start with the area of the question answers as well. Here comes the first question. It says, know how and skill are characteristics of which aspects of management? A. Management as an art. B. Management as a profession. C. Management as a science. And D. All of the above. Know how and skill are the characteristics of which aspect of management? See, if I say that I know how to dance, I have that skill that I can know I can dance, or I'm someone who can sing well. Now, what is that? That's my skill, and I know how to do that. So that's something that we can define as an art, right? So that says know-how and skills are basically art. Right? Okay. Now moving on to the next question, the relationship between administration and management. Okay. In at one point of time, now both of these terms were said to be the same, but then it was stated that no, it's not the same. Management is an entirely different term, while administration is a different one. It says administration is above management, administration is a part of management. Management and administration are exactly the same, or all of the above. There had been many theories about these. So yes, there had been theories that administration is above management in terms of the concepts. It says that administration is greater than management, and there they stated that in terms of administration, the management is inclusive of it, and administration is taking care of the entire organization in an effective manner, and that is where we use management in it, right? That was the conclusion that they gave in terms of administration. Then administration is a part of management. Management says I take care of the entire organization from the point of view of the top level management, middle level, and the lower level, and even the platform. So basically administration is something which I'll say that this is a day-to-day operation, and I am the ultimate soul of the organization. So that was the fight. Both of these said I am above the other one, and there was another theory which says no, administration and management is the same. So all these theories had been concluded to be true. So that the correct answer is D. All of the above is true. Then the objective of this technique of scientific management is to reduce a given line or a product to fixed type, sizes, and characteristics. Name the technique. Method study, differential piecewise system, standardization, simplification of work, or functional foremanship. So when we define these kind of things, that means what is the objective of this technique? The objective of this technique is basically to look forward towards the entire system through the standardization and simplification of work. When you standardize a particular size, what will happen? With standardization, you and I, we do not have to look forward towards which particular size of the t-shirts we're looking forward to. We'll just pick up the t-shirt and we'll buy it. That is something that happens in terms of standardization. When we talk about simplification, all the extra superfluous sizes which were included are now not a part of it anymore. That is how we define the area of the standardization, right? Then it is simplification of work. Okay, in terms of Henry Fayol, name the principle of management suggested by Henry Fayol, which advocates that there should be good superiors at all levels, clear and fair agreement, and judicious application of penalties. Is it basically authority and responsibility? Is it discipline? Is it esprit de corps? Is it order, or none of the above? When we talk about the principle where it says there should be a good superior at all levels, clear and fair agreement, and judicious application of penalties. See, if I say we need to stop at the red light, why would we stop at the red light? Most probably because there's a challan there. Many cities now they have proper red lights, and they have proper the traffic lights are always installed in all the rushy areas, and along with that they have security cameras installed in every area. Every place where you will find that there are security cameras, then people are scared of it because they know that they might have to face any challans. That means just because they know that they might find penalties or punishments in the upcoming future, they'll follow the rules in a proper way. The same thing goes even in the MNCs and in every organization. People will follow or abide by the rules when they know that there might be serious repercussions of the same, right? So that is what we can look forward to. That is, in terms of this, the correct answer is none of the above, because the correct answer is discipline. Authority and responsibility talks about the power. Spirit de corps talks about the unity of the organization, while order talks about keeping the things at the right place at the right time. While none of the above was the correct answer, and you can relate it to the area of discipline there, right? Okay, the last question for the day. Gangplank is related to communication, motivation, supervision of workers, or incentive to workers. So when we talk about the gangplank is basically an emergency tool which is created to meet the people in the hierarchy. For example, it starts with A. A is working with a series of people, B, C, D, E, and he's also working with P, Q, R, S. So if D and R wants to talk to each other because there is some project where they need to share information. Ideally, what happens is D will tell C, C will tell B, and then they'll tell A. Now A will tell P, then Q, and then it reaches R, because all the people in the communication process knows what is exactly happening. So then that is what they'll look forward to. So this is something that D and R would be connected to each other in case of emergency. Right? So that's what we look forward to for the gangplank. It is basically used in terms of emergency communications. Okay, so let's end this particular session here only. If you're looking forward towards any of our CIB batches, our CIB batches have started. You can review it on our website, right? So you can go to www.ada247. There you will find all the details of our classes. There we have the JIB and CIB area. In this area, the CIB 2023 is there. So you can look forward to this batch, and there are English medium batch, then that started from 23rd. That is, it is starting from today, right? So the second batch, this is the second batch that has been introduced for the CAIB. One batch is already started, right? So you can look forward to it. It started on December 19th, and then that was for bilingual. Then English medium is batches just about to start. If you're thinking of buying any of these, you can look forward to our batches by just clicking on the area of that batches. You can find 180 hours of class. 10 test series have been included. More test series are yet to come. Then 62 ebooks are there. The plans for each and every class is stated here. All you need to do is you need to click on the area of buy now, and you can use the code Y541, and it would be a 4799.80. So you can look forward to our classes. If you are looking forward to that, then all you need to do is use the code Y541 to avail the discount of 77%, and it would be 78% if you'll do it through the app. Okay, everyone.